In the latest in the Hamas-Israel hostage swap, Israel has agreed to release 50 Palestinian prisoners for every female soldier released, which suggests that 200 Palestinian prisoners will be released in return for the 4 Israeli soldier hostages. Now, since the ceasefire deal has come into force, 7 hostages and just under 300 prisoners have been released thus far. Many Israelis are hoping for the release of their loved ones. However, there have been several challenges in the release of the hostages. According to Israel, Hamas violated the deal by releasing hostage soldiers before all of the living civilian women captives. Initially, Israel had given the list with names of Ariel Yehud and the Bibas family, including 2 kids, Ariel and baby Kfir. Amid rumors of Israel demanding proof and evidence of Yehud's life, a Hamas official confirmed that she is alive and will be released next Saturday. Relatives, meanwhile, of the Bibas family say that their world collapsed when their loved ones weren't on the list of hostages to be released. The Bibas family of Israel was devastated to not find the names of their 4 members, including the youngest 2-year-old Kfir, who had been taken hostage by Hamas on October 7, 2023. After 4 female surveillance soldiers were released by Hamas, an uneasy calm in Gaza continues, while the Bibas family's future still remains uncertain. On the 7th of October 2023, the Hamas gang had abducted Shiri Bibas, her husband Yarden, and 2 boys, Ariel, who was 5, and Kfir, 2 years old. At the time, baby Kfir, the youngest captive, was only 8 months old. It is thought that the children were detained alongside their mother, while Yarden, their father, was also abducted and imprisoned in another location. According to Hamas, Shiri and her 2 boys are allegedly dead, while Israeli officials demand that Kfir and Ariel be returned. The family has also been very apprehensive due to the lack of confirmation from the Israeli officials. The family, however, continue to hope and pray for their safe return. The family also released a statement saying, "Shiri, Yarden, Ariel and Kfir, we will continue to hope, pray and demand your return." Israeli Defense Forces have also expressed deep concerns over the safety of the 2 kid captives from the Bibas family that are still in Gaza. The family have questioned the Israeli government for not providing certainty regarding the Gaza truce deal. They have asked, and I quote, "Does the grave concern for the lives cancel out the fact that they are civilians in captivity who must be brought home back safe? Does the grave concern, they ask, for their lives negate the fact that the state is obligated in this deal to provide us with certainty?" Baby Bibas had just started taking his first steps when he was abducted alongside his 4-year-old brother Ariel and their mother Shiri during a Hamas raid. Israel, meanwhile, has announced that a dispute over the implementation of the ceasefire and hostage deal with Hamas in Gaza has been resolved, with the terror group all set to release 6 hostages in 2 batches this week, including civilian woman Ariel Yehud and soldier Agam Berger. Netanyahu's office has said that Israel had reached the agreement with Hamas after a strong and determined negotiation, reiterating that it would not tolerate any violation of the agreement. According to the latest agreement, Yehud, Berger and a 3rd unnamed hostage will be released on Thursday. In addition, 3 more hostages will also be freed on Saturday as per the plan. Now, in exchange for the hostages, Israel will also free Palestinian security prisoners, 30 for each civilian and 50 for Berger, including 30 terrorists serving life sentences. Meanwhile, the fate of Yehud has become a major sticking point in the deal's implementation, with Israel blocking the return of Palestinians to northern Gaza after Hamas had released 4 female soldiers on Saturday. Under the ceasefire and hostage release deal, the terror group had been required to prioritize the release of civilian women first. Yehud is now being held by the Palestinian Islamic Jihad, which had reportedly been falsely describing her as a soldier and demanding more prisoners be released in return for her. Hamas has said that it had given guarantees that Yehud was alive and safe and will be released very soon. Well, so far, Hamas has released 7 hostages during the ceasefire that began this month. The terror group released over 100 civilians during the week-long truce in late November 2023, and 4 hostages have now been released before that. 8 hostages have been rescued by troops alive, and the bodies of 40 hostages have also been recovered, including 3 who were mistakenly killed by the Israeli military as they tried to escape their captors. Hamas is also holding 2 Israeli civilians who entered the Strip in 2014 and 15, as well as the body of an IDF soldier who was killed in 2014. In fact, the body of another Israel Defense Force soldier, also killed in 2014, was recovered from Gaza this month. Both Hamas and Israel have accused the other of not meeting their promises and failing to stick to their end of the bargain, raising questions about just how well the ceasefire that took more than 15 months to reach will hold. The big question is how long the fragile ceasefire and hostage agreement will survive.